All right, so we're going to get started. So this is going to be just kind of general yoga class. Anything that doesn't feel good, don't do it. I'll just give you some options as we go along. So I'll be doing different poses while we're in one particular pose. So different variations of it. So you can move in and out if you want to or not, just whatever feels good. So go ahead and get onto your mat. I'm going to slide back here, get back on my mat. Okay. So you can sit any way that's comfortable for you. We're going to start coming into the breath. And let me first ask, can you all hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. All right. Yes. So if you have to put yourself on mute, that's okay. You can give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, whatever, if something's not going right. And then we'll get you back on. Okay. So let's just take some deep breaths in through your nose, out through the mouth. So as you exhale through your mouth, it might sound like a sigh. We're just releasing out the tension from the day. Just bring yourself right now to a place where you feel a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more relaxed. As you start taking those deep breaths, you want to feel them coming out down through your throat, down past your heart, into your belly, into your side ribs actually as well. And then let the breath flow back up through the body and out through the nose or out through your mouth. So if at any time you need to breathe more through your mouth, go ahead and do so, but you can certainly just breathe through your nose. Let's take one more deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Take our hands to the sides. Inhale, lift them up overhead. Link your fingers together, palms turn up to the sky. Nice stretch up. So as you stretch, you might reach your shoulders up and away from the waist. You might reach a little bit one side or the other. You can even do a little twist if it feels like it's right for you. Take one more deep breath. Reach up as high as you can. Exhale, release everything out to the sides and down. Hands coming to your shins, tuck under your tailbone, chin to your chest. This is a cat back pose. So you want your upper back to open up as you exhale. Then as you inhale, come nice and tall. You can feel the low rib come forward a little bit. You can take your eye gaze a little bit higher if that works. And then exhale, tuck under your tailbone again. And inhale, come back upright. Let the low rib come forward. And relax. Let's come to all fours. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. So we'll do a couple more cat back poses. So take a nice breath in. As you exhale, tuck under your tailbone, chin to your chest. Press your shoulders away from your wrists. And as you inhale, let your spine come to the floor. Your tailbone goes up and your eye gaze a little bit forward. Then exhale when you're ready into cat back. Maybe this time press your hands away from your knees a little bit. And as you inhale, open up the collarbones a little bit more. And one more time, exhale up into cat back. And then inhale, coming back into the cow. And release. Bring your spine to neutral. Let's take the right foot back, tuck under your toes. So it's a little bit of a stretch. You're pressing your heel to the back. Keep the knee a little bit bent if that feels better. That is the calf muscle that you want to feel stretching. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, release. Let's switch it to the other side. Toes tucked under. Pressing your heel back again. Get a little bit more in that calf to stretch. Again, bend that other knee a little bit if you need to, if that helps. Take one more deep breath. Exhale and release. Walk your hands out in front of the shoulders a little bit. We're going to down dog. So tuck under your toes, lift your knees up and shift your hips back, straightening out your legs a little bit. Keep the knees bent. Now, if this is not comfortable for your wrists, come down to your knees so that you can come down to your forearms and then lift your knees up and away. So this one is called dolphin pose. You can go here as well. But you want to alternate one heel to the floor than the other. And as you're pressing your hips back away, get a little bit more stretch in the back of the legs. Deep breath. And then bring both heels towards the floor. And then bring yourself high onto the toes. And then release your heels back down. Bring your eye gaze forward. Walk your feet to your hands into a forward fold. Hands can come to your shins. Lift up your spine so that it's flat. Shoulder blades are down. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, forward fold, and press through your feet to stand tall, growing your spine one vertebrae at a time. Shoulder rolls up and back at the top, and your head's the last to come to the top. This is mountain pose. Bring the arms up overhead. You can look up if you wish. Hands coming back to your heart center, and pause right here. I'm going to come back here a little bit. I'm out of screen, but I think you all kind of know where I'm at. All right, circle arms around and up. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to heart center to the floor or to your shins. Half lift up monkey pose, nice flat back. Exhale, release, forward fold. Take your right foot back and turn it flat. And then you can walk your hands up your legs or float your arms up. You're coming up into what's called Warrior Two. So in Warrior Two, you want to keep your front knee bent over the middle toe. You want to be able to see your big toe on the inside of that front knee. Back leg is straight. Try to press through both of your heels and squeeze your legs together at the same time. That will energize those inner thighs. Let's take a nice inhale. As you exhale, let's go to side angle. So front arm across the front leg. Your top arm can either go straight up to the sky or bend your elbow to bring your hand to your shoulder, and then you can extend it forward if you need to or if you want to. Now, if you want to stay right here, you can. We're going to try to roll that top shoulder open so the heart goes open a little bit towards the sky. And take one more deep breath. Stay here, exhale. Inhale, come back up to Warrior Two. We're going to try and keep that front knee bent. Reverse Warrior. So front palm reaches up, reach forward, and then reverse, reaching up and back. So your back hand is either light on the back leg or wrapped behind you or in front of you, wherever it feels better for your body. Your eye gaze can be up or your eye gaze can be down or somewhere in between. Take one more deep breath. As you exhale, come back to Warrior Two. We're going to go both directions now with the breath. So inhale, come forward to that right angle there. And then as you exhale, come up and back, reverse warrior. And again, both directions, breathing as you go. Reaching up and reaching back. So we're going into that reverse warrior, coming into the side angle. One more time, each direction. And we're going to pause at side angle. And we're going to bring the forearm across the knee. Take your other arm straight up and now rotate so that hand comes to the floor. Pivot on the back foot. You're going to bring the other hand down. So both hands are to the inside of your front foot. Your back heel is lifted up to the sky. Lower your hips just a little bit. Take an exhale and then inhale, lift your hips a little bit. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. If it feels better, put your back knee down, uncurl your toes so the foot is flat. Same thing. Your inhale, lifting your hips. Exhale, lower the hips. So getting a nice stretch into the hamstring of your front leg, hip flexor, and quadriceps of the back leg. So one more time, lifting, breathing in. Exhale, lower down. Hold it there. Deep breath for 3. Keep the chest open, collarbones open. Breathing for 2. And 1. We're going to shift back just enough that we can walk the hands onto that front leg. We're going to do a rotation to the other side. So I had you come up just to get a little break right here, but we're going to take the right hand back down to the floor, right under your shoulder. If you need to go to your fist, you can come down to your fist. Take your left arm out to the side, because I have my left leg out front. So if your right leg is out front, take your right hand out to the side. And then rotate your ribs and your shoulders. So again, this is the twisting motion. Keep your front hip back. You'll have a tendency for the hip to slide forward, but keeping it back, you'll get a little better stretch. And if you want to bring your front knee back in a little bit more, you can bring it back a little bit more too. Deepen your breath into what you feel. Keep breathing for 3, 2, and 1. And release the hand back to the floor. Tuck under your back toes. Bring both hips up. We're going to bring the front leg back. So if you need to use one hand to help it back or just kind of wiggle it back there into down dog, go there and pedal out your heels. Nice deep breath in and out. And let's bring the feet forward to the hands to the front of the mat. Into your forward fold. We're going to bring the hands to the shins. Half lift up monkey pose. Exhale, forward fold. Strong core, press through your feet, roll yourself up a vertebrae at a time, nice and slow, stacking the vertebrae, shoulders roll back, then the head comes to the top. Arms reach up, nice inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart center, breathe out, and into forward fold. Now let's step the other foot back, turn it flat. We're coming up into warrior two. So when you come up, you can windmill your arms up. I'm actually going to turn and change directions so I can see you guys. Are we okay with where we are with our legs? We're good? No one's hollering at me. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good. Awesome. I see a thumbs up. All right, press your heels down into the floor. Squeeze your heels together. Keep those legs energized. Keep your spine tall. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to go forward first. So front arm across the front leg. Take your back arm. You can extend it up to the sky. Or start with the hand at the shoulder and extend it forward over the head. Then you start rolling your heart open if that feels okay with your body. When you roll open, if that bothers you in any way, adjust your arm so that it feels okay. You can even bring that hand to your hip. Keep the hips a little bit low so you feel that stretch starting to the hips. Take one more deep breath. Stay here, exhale. Squeeze your core. Bring yourself back up into warrior two. Recheck your front knee. Make sure you can see your big toe on the inside of the big knee. And we're going to flip up and back. So this is reverse warrior. Your bottom arm can be in front of your belly or behind you or resting lightly on your back leg. And back to a nice deep breath. If you're feeling work in the legs, that's good. If they're shaky a little bit, that's even better. But if you feel like I can't take it anymore, then bring your front knee in a little bit. That you are stronger than you think. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, come back out, arms parallel to the floor. Now we're going to flow each way. So take an inhale, exhale into side angle going forward so your arm can come to the thigh if you want to. Then come up and back, reversing the arms, reaching up. So finding your flow with your breath, getting the timing, finding the stretch, finding where your limit is and going right up to that limit. It's just a good side stretch each direction. And let's go one more time each way, or maybe 3 more times just to kind of balance out your forward and your back. And you're going to finish in the forward position, side angle. We'll take one more deep breath. Stay here, exhale. Now extend your top arm straight up. We're going to rotate it down towards the floor. We're going to bring both hands down to the inside of the front foot, pivot onto the ball of the back foot, lowering your hips down. So again, you can have the back knee down and curl your toes, or keep the toes tucked under and the knee off the floor. Inhale, lift your hips a little bit to relax the stretch. Exhale, sink back down into it. And do a few more of those. And as you let your hips stretch a little bit, you might need to do a little bit more of a, well, maybe not go down as deep into it, or maybe further. It just depends how your body responds. Hi, Susan. I'm glad you're here. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, release it out. So now we're going to bring the back knee down and curl your toes. Walk your hands up the front leg there. Give your body just a little bit of a break. We're going to twist over that front leg now. So the leg that's out front, that's the arm that's going to move. So my right leg's out front, my left hand to the floor. If your left leg is out front, your right hand goes to the floor. Nice long spine and breathe in. As you exhale, extend the opposite arm out and then rotate. Remember on your rotation that you want your hip to stay back. The top arm can go wherever it's comfortable for you. Take one more deep breath. As you exhale, release the hand back to the floor. Going to work that front leg back. Toes tucked under, hips up and back into down dog. Let's inhale the heels up. Exhale the heels down. Remember your option, you can be on your forearms. Two more. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. One more time. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. Let's come down to the knees. Take your knees about as wide as your mat. And then let your toes come together. Set your hips back. This is child's pose. So let your tailbone sink down into your heels. Your arms can either reach out front, or the hands can come by the shoulders, or hands are back by your feet. Your forehead can rest on the mat. And as you find yourself getting into that little kind of a curl ball, just relax. Release a little bit more through your shoulders, maybe out through the elbows. Maybe turn your head a little bit left to right, massaging through the forehead. And just notice how your breath is flowing. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. We're going to bring the hands under the shoulders. Bring yourself back up to a seated position. We're actually coming back into standing posture. So walk your hands out, toes under, hips up. If you want to go down dog first, you can, or just walk the feet to the hands. Hands to the shins, half lift up monkey pose. Exhale, release forward fold. Press through your feet to stand tall, mountain pose. Arms are going to reach up when you get to the top, and hands coming down to heart center. I'm going to face you on these standing postures. What we're going to start with first is tree pose. So we're going to take weight into whichever leg you wish. I'm going to start on my right leg, probably looks like your left side. Bend the opposite knee and turn it out. So the toes are starting on the floor, and they can stay on the floor. Your arms can stay at your heart center, or they come out to the sides, or you can lift them up overhead wherever it feels good for you. You can take this leg that has the knee out to the side and move the foot up on the leg. As long as it's below or above your knee, you're okay. If the foot is elevated anywhere along that leg, press your leg and your foot together to help make your stance a little bit more solid. And of course, use your balance to help out with that balance as well. Squeeze your standing leg, keep a soft knee, but nice and strong in the leg otherwise. Nice and tall spine, relax your shoulders, and breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Release your knee to the front and back to the floor, and release your arms out. Go ahead and shake out your feet there a little bit if you need to. And then we'll switch other side. So find your balance on the other leg. The other knee bends, turn it out to the side. Start working it up the side of the leg. Again, press your foot and your leg together. Make it a nice solid stance. Squeeze through the buttocks, lift through the ribs. Relax shoulders, arms go where it feels better for you. Awesome, ladies. Find your breathing for 3, 2, and 1. Hands to heart center, knee to the front, and release the foot down to the floor and shake it out a little bit. So for the next standing posture that we do, we're actually going to go into eagle pose. So this will be great for the upper back if you're tight between the shoulder blades. I'm actually going to come down here on my knees. You all stay on your feet, but I'm out of screen at the top. So let's take our arms out to the side. Take your left arm under the right, hands to opposite shoulders, and then start walking. I'm going to turn sideways. Walk your fingers to the back as far as they'll go. You can keep your elbows up. You can feel your elbows press away from your body if that feels good. And I'm going to stand back up again. So keep your arms right where they are. Let's take the left leg over the right. Toes can touch the floor. If you're not comfortable with that, then keep the feet side by side with a little bend in the knees. So you can work your thighs a little bit. But if you have the leg crossed over, you can keep the toes on the floor or wrap it around the ankle or calf, or just kind of let it hang out to the side. Let's take one more deep breath. Let's exhale, release the leg. Let's keep the arms for a minute though. I'm going to come down one more time. Can you bring the back of the arms together? If you can, bring your fingers to interlock each other or palms of the hands together. Elbows can come up, elbows can go forward, hands can come forward. So those are all different options you can go into. Take one more breath. Exhale, release, arms out to the side. So remember which arm is on the bottom, we're going to switch it. So arms come up, breathe in. Exhale. Now we've got right arm on the bottom. So you've got hands to shoulders. You can bring the back of the hands together now if you like. Thumbs, palms together. And then again, you can lift elbows up, elbows go away, or the hands go forward. And then we're going to cross the left leg over the right. Squeeze the legs together. Stay there for 3, 2, and 1. And release. Arms out to the sides and release down to the sides. Okay, so now we're going to come down to the floor. I've got to clear something that came onto my screen. Okay, we've got 10 minutes is what it tells me. Okay, so come on down, have a seat. We'll work through the core a little bit. So make sure you have room for your head on your mat. Let's take our hands underneath the thighs. When you're ready, we're going to tuck the chin, tuck under the tailbone so you can round your spine to a nice C shape and then roll down. So either the hands help you down or your arms are extended out in front. Just go slow as you can down to the floor. And once you get all the way down, we're going to bring the arms by the sides, walk your feet in. We're going into a bridge. So you want to be able to almost have fingertips touch the heels. Your feet are about hip distance apart. Keep your knees in line with your hips. Keep your nose pointing up towards the sky. Take a breath in. As you exhale, keep your spine nice and straight as you press your heels to come up. This is called a hinge when you keep your back flat as you lift up. So once you get there, now I want you to feel your upper back muscles to squeeze and press your upper back a little bit higher. Press into the arms and your hands into the mat to help. Your chin will incline a little bit towards your chest when you do this. So the whole body is working. Your arms and shoulders are working. The only thing that is not is your neck. Your neck is relaxed. Your face is relaxed. Take one more deep breath. As you exhale, quickly release back down. One knee, then the other to the chest. Hug it in, little rock side to side. Next, let's take our hands right at the end of where the thighs meet with the knees. Open up the knees a little bit and press your legs away. This is the distance where you want to keep these knees because that's going to put a lot of work into the core muscle. So if they're in too close, you're relaxed. Sorry, but we're not relaxing yet. And then you can flex your feet or you can point your toes, whichever feels better for you. Let's take our arms by the sides. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. If you don't like this position for your head or your neck, your fingers can go back behind you. And we're just going to hold it here and breathe. We're trying to shift our ribs down towards our hips. And you might feel it like a little bit of a pulse, or you can just hold it at the top. Try to get those ribs to shift down to the hip bone. We're going to stay here for another 3, and 2, and 1. Release the upper body back down, knees into the chest, little rock side to side. Put the right foot on the floor, the left foot crosses over. Keep the left foot flexed. Fingers by your ears, we're going to cross over. So take a breath in, exhale, lift up. Take your right rib across towards your left knee and then back down. As you cross over, try to keep the elbows back. So it's just a nice twist of the body up and over for 5 and down. Breathe in, exhale, lift over, inhale down, exhale, lift over and down. 2 more, exhale, lift up and over and down. Last time, up and over and down and release. Let's switch the legs. Make sure to flex your right foot. Take your breath in. Exhale, lifting up. Take an inhale again. Exhale, lift up and over and down. So you're trying to get the back, the shoulder blade off the floor as you twist up and over. Breathe in when you come down. Exhale as you lift up and over. And we have 4 more. And down. And 3. And down. And 2. And down. And our last one. And release all the way down. Hug both knees into the chest. Little rock side to side. Yay, we got through the class. We are ready to stretch a little bit more. So let's take the arms out like a letter T. We're going to take both legs to the right side one at a time. Let your left hip roll up. Palms are down, but you can roll them up if that feels better. Try to feel heavy into your left shoulder. You can take your right hand and hold on to the left toe or somewhere along the leg if that feels good. Nice outer thigh stretch. And you can turn your head over towards your left fingers and get a good neck stretch. Take one more deep breath. Exhale, release it back. And then bring one knee at a time back to the center, a little rock side to side. And then we'll go the other direction. One knee at a time, coming across. Extend the top leg if you like. Turn your eye gaze away to the other fingertips. And we'll just see how everything feels into the outer thigh of the other leg. Deepen the breath. And then release. Bring it back to the center. And a little rock side to side. And we're ready for Shavasana, our final resting pose. So both feet to the floor. You can keep the feet wide, knees together. That helps release any pressure you might have in your low back. Or feet together, knees wide. This is reclined butterfly. It's a nice stretch for the inner thighs. Or just straighten out your legs. Your hands can be on your belly or the arms are by your sides. Tuck under each shoulder blade. Lengthen the back of the neck. Let your chin incline towards your chest. Eyes open or closed. Take a deep breath in. Hold it at the top of the breath. Start to squeeze all the muscles in your body. Then as you exhale, release all the muscles and let your body sink down into your mat. Taking a full deep breath in. Exhale, release any heaviness or tightness left inside. And then let your body breathe on its own. Your body's going to be breathing in health and wellness, relaxation. Exhale anything that makes you feel heavy. And you're always welcome to stay longer in these Shavasanas than what I am doing. But with these videos, about a minute is as long as we'll be here. Just focus on the breath. Maybe feel tingling through the body, through the fingertips. And just take one more deep breath in to reawaken the body. As you exhale, move your fingertips and your toes. Begin to move your arms and your legs. Just gently bend one knee then the other so you can roll over to one side and then gently press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And you can keep your eyes closed or open, just sitting nice and tall. Let your body kind of reset itself. Let's roll the shoulders up and back a couple times. And then bring our hands to our sides. As we inhale, lift the arms up overhead, opening up the eyes, palms together to the heart as we breathe out. And again, hands to the sides, lifting, gathering energy, life, and goodness. And as we exhale, bringing all these good things to our hearts. And that's our class. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you all so much for coming. Yay!
Good job, sis.
Yay, thank you.
Thank you, Mary.